Welcome back to the channel. So guys, it's been a while since I've posted a video, so I've taken a break, had a lot of stuff going on, work and everything. So hadn't had time to get to videos, trying to get back at it. So today, winter series is coming up, the start of our winter series. And a new class that I'm running this year that I haven't run in the past is going to be the 6x6 class. So my Axial Unimog 6x6 is right here, maybe just out of picture. You might see the top of it. I'm doing a few things to it to try to have it perform decently in that class, and also another event coming up. So one of the things is lights, and obviously lights don't help it in competition, don't need them for competition, but there is a Halloween crawl coming up, and I wanted to put some lights on it to use it in a night crawl. So hit up LITLED, their info will be down below. Manning, he's awesome. Set you up with whatever you want. He has a light kit for the Unimog. He showed me some pictures and basically ordered it up along with some extra lights for another rig. So we're gonna get these installed on this. I'm also gonna show you on the bench what I've recently done trying to prepare this for competition. So let's get over the bench and check it out, guys. So here's the my Axial 6x6. You might notice that the rear cage bars, whatever you want to call it, sort of sitting funny, and that is because I have removed them. I've removed them from the body, and I did this in preparation for competition. Now granted, this isn't a ton of weight right here, but with the hardware, it was 3.6 ounces, I think. Not a lot, but 3.6 ounces. My big thing is most of this weight of this is either at or above the rear body line of the body. Obviously this has already got a big body. You have this big cab up here. Without swapping out the bodies, you can't do a whole lot for. So my idea is removing this is going to take some above the line weight up here away. Will it make a huge difference? Probably not, but I feel like every little thing will make a difference. So in preparation for competition, remove that. That is gone. Another thing I did here is, if you have an Axial 6x6, you know the body is notorious back here in the bed. The screws will pull through after a few rollovers, and I had that really bad back here. And right now the body's not mounted to the truck, so that's why it's sort of loose, but I had that really bad right here. I have a 3D printer, and I found a file on Thingiverse for these washers, basically, for the screws. So you'll notice here that, and there was a few different ones in the thing, but I've used them here, and the body is on there much better. As you can see underneath, the hinge system is still there. I will be putting the hinge back on. I took it off for the work I was doing on this, just to make it easier. And of course here underneath, this is system. We got Zeus K 35 kg servo up front, Hobby Wing Fusion 1800 kV 2-in-1 system, running it. And then we have the Traxxas Canyon Trail mounted on the Traxxas tires, Traxxas foams. The tires have been modified, nubs removed, and that is the stock shock, springs, all that stuff, all stock. I also recently moved the front bumper in. Where it was stock, it had one more hole it could basically go in further, so I brought it in probably another 2 millimeters, my guess, closer. I am thinking about going to servo on axle on this. To more than anything, this is the battery tray. You have to put your battery sideways, and for this I actually have a fair size battery. I would love to be able to put the battery lower, bring the weight of the battery lower down in the chassis to help center of gravity. And if this was on the axle, I could do a battery, like a normal battery tray is what I would call it, flat, and possibly at least get it to the rail height type thing. So I might be looking into that. I did some quick searching for 3D printed axle, servo on axle mounts for this. I didn't find anything. If you know of something, please comment down below and let me know. I do have a 3D printer and I can print myself. If I could find one, I would use that. Now I did make these, or print these. I didn't make them. Somebody else designed them off Thingiverse. This is a chassis brace for the rear. It goes inside the frame rails. So you remove the factory one's there, and that one goes there, and this one goes in the back. I have not decided if I'm going to put this on. Nice piece, printed out really well. The reason I don't know if I'm going to put it on is I don't know if I want the chassis that stiff. Because it does flex some, yes, you know, you got a separation here, but in crawling and competition, you need some flex, in my opinion, at least. As long as this is, if it was completely stiff, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I have it crawling decent the way it sits right now. If I can lower some weight, you know, in the body in different places, like this one I 3D printed is less than what I took off. And if I did add this weight would be added below the body line. So it would be lowering weight down further in the chassis. But again, not sure if that's what I want, to make it that stiff. So I think I'm going to do the first series competition like it sits now and make a determination after that. I really think I can have bigger gains by figuring out different mounting for the battery. Now I could go to a very small battery and maybe, you know, put a small battery up here, and I definitely can do that. I have smaller 3S batteries that I could run. I don't know. So I'm gonna have to look at that. So lights, lit LED lights. This is kit. Again, I have lit LED lights in pretty much every one of my rigs that I have installed lights on, and they are awesome. So this is a balance plug port to plug into the balance plug of your 3S battery, so these lights can run off of that. And he's got me 2 splitters on here, basically to connect my lights. So these are the rock lights, and so there's 3 of them. I got to figure out exactly where I'm going to mount them. Figure probably one on each of the sliders there, and then I got to put the other one somewhere. I've got to figure that out. And then it has a plug to plug into that Y. And then the body lights, which if you've had the Axial 6x6 or have one now, you're probably like, hey, it has lights. It comes with LEDs from the factory. And you're absolutely correct. It does come with LEDs from the factory. 100% does. Sadly, in the very beginning, when I got this, I'm like, I'm never going to use those lights. And I think when I was doing the fusion or doing something, I cut the strings on them because it was just going to be easier for me that way, and cut the cord, the wires. I have taken them out, removed them, and now of course I want to put LEDs in it because of the Halloween crawl. So boom, here I am now putting, but I would have probably put these from Manning anyway. Honestly, these great product. And so this is the lights for the body, and again it has that adapter. So I'm going to start getting this routed on the body and then come back to you after it's semi-mounted. All right guys, so here we go. Here's my front lights and the rock lights glowing underneath, and there's our tail lights. Boom. So it is still very much daylight outside. I'm in a room with the blinds closed and the lights off. So there's still quite a bit of light. When it gets dark, I will fire this thing up again, get a little bit of footage of it at night to show how bright it is. Now I'm going to show you exactly how I mounted everything. Okay, guys, so here we go. And you see, this is the big battery I normally run. It's a pretty good sized battery. But for competition, I may go to a smaller battery, just lose some weight. So the lights in the body, I mean, pretty simple. Headlights, your grill lights, and your tail lights. Now the kit, if you bought this new in the box, you'd have your package of extra stuff, parts and stuff. There's two extra like light sockets, like to hold the little bracket C-clip sort of type thing to screw in and hold. So I needed those. And I mean, they're just in there. Now I undone this bracket here and ran the lights underneath, trying to keep the wires from falling down and getting caught in something I don't want. You can see I've taped it into the inside of the body there, and they're in there. I did find in doing these, the inners, these right here, that removing the 2 screws on each side for this body post mount, so I could push this out, get the clip behind it, screw it in, and then put this all back together, worked so much easier for me. On my rock lights, I played around a little bit. I didn't really want them, I didn't want to put one on each of the sliders. I was afraid it would cause too much interruption. See, that one's come loose already. So I have to adjust on that one, but that one's double-sided taped to the bottom of the battery tray. This one's actually wedged in between the frame rails, and the rear one is double-sided tape between 2 of the rear shock / axle mounts braces, and the wires run up to keep from getting into anything. And with that, you know, the splitter that he provided to plug into both, and then that plugs into the balance plug port. I actually like the fact that if I keep it connected like that, it sort of keeps the body from swinging back too far. It keeps it up. I actually like that. So so that's it. Nothing too spectacular. Zip tie right here to keep some of the wires together, make sure they don't fall down into, you know, any driveline parts. And that's it. There'll be a link down below for Lit LED. If you want to get some LEDs, you can customize anything you want, interior lights, all that kind of stuff. I have a couple more lights to install on something else I'll be doing for you soon. And I'll come back when it's dark and show you this rig all lit up. All right, so here we go at night in a completely dark room. So there you have it. New lights installed on the Axial 6x6, as well as, you know, minor mod or two to prep for upcoming competition. So I think the lights look great. Lit LED, knocking it out of the park as always. Highly recommend them. There'll be a link down below. Check them out. Manning is awesome customer service. You'll get your lights very quickly. So highly recommend them. Check them out. Give them a like. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and didn't really get any true driving except that little bit in the house to show off the lights a little bit, and, you know, climb backwards up the wall pretty decent. So competition coming this weekend, probably have some footage from that to see how I actually do with this in actual competition. So look forward to that in the future. Guys, I hope you like what you see today. If you do, please like, share, and subscribe. Until the next time.